I don't know.
No,
Is
it's
that enough
a
hype?
funny story. I used to have my push to talk button on tab, and so whenever I'd alt tab, the push to talk would activate. So I was in Mumble, GW Mumble with in RUI's room once when he was doing brackets for the Strike Down tournament, and so like when I'd alt tab, sometimes for some reason the tab would stay pushed down even when I wasn't pushing it down. So I would just like end up like having my push to talk on the whole time, and back then I had a lot of static issues. And so they had
basically you're saying that you would push a key on your keyboard, and then for some unknown reason it would
sticky
get
keys,
stuck.
okay? So on the left side,
dissonant.
yeah.
You folks in chat, I'll let you guys go ahead and have some fun with that because, yeah, hashtag dissonant sticky keys.
So on the left side,
no comment.
Yeah. So on the left side of the map, on the green team, we have MsMinx, our reigning Queen of the Hill, from faction Memento Mori, playing as Hawk Osprey. Her opponent on the right side on the carbon team is GamingPlayer from faction LT, playing as I can't see Striker Helix Lexi, I think.
Helix. Yep.
Yeah.
Helix.
The mumble tab is blocking my vision of that, so I can't actually tell the pilots on the right. I can't really see the pilots. Like I can see like this.
That's what you get for having mumble, right? The mumble. My
Yeah.
God, talk about. Does she get out? But she's looped. Oh my God.
Okay,
she was
so
close
she died
to
to the HATs.
But she was so close to death. She levels
Yeah.
up, and then instead of just getting
GamingPlayer
out of there at that point, she flies back to him again, and then just
Yeah,
gets. Man, that was a surprise,
Whoa.
and not a good way.
Not a good way. Yeah, so I can just see this tiny little figment of a pilot, and like earlier, like with Mako, I was able to tell just by like a certain color. I was like, oh, that's Mako. And with Lexi, all I see is like a tiny bit of flesh-colored whatever. And that could be like half the pilots. Okay.
Okay, that was the weirdest Facebook pop-up thing I've ever had. It popped up and it just said, "Find more friends on Facebook." Thank you for telling me that. Random pop-ups are random. No comment on that.
So Minxie hasn't like attempted to go for middle at all, while meanwhile she's letting her opponent take middle. This is Crater though, so there are side lanes, of course.
There are side lanes, and that's true, but with the recent changes to the auto deploy, I mean, if she's planning on doing what a lot of people do on Crater, which is use that like factory area to create a loop, build up a lot of forces, and then send them out. If she hasn't read the patch notes, she may not realize of the changes, and she might be caught unprepared. And she pretty much, at least at this point, unless she moves in those dills well, I mean, in some ways, she almost kind of handed this middle outpost on a silver platter over to. I mean, she didn't contest him at all.
Oh,
it gave him a lot of chances.
She's bringing in arties, but at the same time, GamingPlayer is moving out, so this could. Oh.
I mean, he moved out at exactly the right moment. I do not believe he saw the arties going down, but had he waited, I mean, yes, he had a jammer on the field, but even so, had he waited, it would have gave him Minx enough time to get more Dillos in defense, let those arties get a few shots in, and instead, that was the absolute perfect timing. He moves out, keeps most of them alive, and clears out a lot of Minxie's units in process. 26-21 upkeep. So, I mean, he's potentially looking good. The question is, where are these tanks going?
Yeah, but the thing is, Minxie, she reacted really quick with that crazy Osprey micro, especially with the new patch. Now Osprey can heal and move at the same time at normal speed. So like she was just healing those armadillos really fast, and now after she lost the initial battle, but she had kept most of her units alive, and then she had the defender's advantage, and she was making new units. Because those are armadillos, she was making them really fast, so so she managed to come out.
She still manages to come out on top of something that a lot of other people would have completely lost it. It came down to two things: better microing that Minx just initially had it in the beginning.
Armadillo taking out GamingPlayer there. That's one thing I've seen with armadillos. I feel like they tend to get a lot more AirMech kills than the two other tanks. I think their rotation speed is pretty fast, and also they might do more damage than a single armadillo might do more damage than a single Gemini to enemy AirMechs with its, well, if it's a hyper armadillo at least.
And GamingPlayer, a lot of bot spawners online. I mean, we can just see the line of orange just coming across the top here. But unfortunately, it's just not really. It's not doing anything really for
Neutral's OP. Yeah. So Minxie, she has this push going on. It looks like it's going on Y actually. Okay, she's changing it to T. She has taken middle. This game right now it definitely favors her.
Oops! The derp goes up from GamingPlayer. Threw him into negative credits, and now it's a more than 3-to-1 advantage in favor of Minx. What looked like GamingPlayer could have been good if he would have just microed his units better at that push into that close outpost and been able to neutralize the outpost, so Minxie would have not had it to recharge and deploy units in the process. This game may have gone a completely different way, but
Minxie has neutralized every single outpost. Well, her opponent doesn't have a single outpost under his control now. GamingPlayer is
he's trying to go ahead. I'll pick up since Dish just cut out there for a second. He's at least got one outpost back online, cleared out most of the Dillos that were here, but as an Osprey, Minx is easily able to just ferry in so many Dillos to replace those. Still, once again, we're talking at a 2-to-1 upkeep advantage. But really, look at the units, folks. We've got 17 Dillos out on the battlefield for Minx, and we've only got 3 Geminis out on the battlefield for GamingPlayer. Unfortunately, for GamingPlayer, this is just not going the way that he was hoping.
Yeah. When comparing upkeep, I think it can be really useful when both opponents are using the same core units, but when someone's using armadillos, like a lot of the time the bias is even. If someone has armadillos and they have more upkeep than their opponent, it's usually more extreme than if they had more, because each armadillo is only 1 upkeep. So if someone has twice as many upkeep of armadillos as their opponent has of longhorns, they actually have 4 times as many tanks right there. So
exactly right, and that's why, you don't want to just look at the number, but you also want to just at least when you're spectating a match, you want to look at not just the upkeep number, but where most of that upkeep is devoted to. To give you a better overall view of where you stand in the battle.
All of Minxie's units right now are 1 upkeep units, well, the ones that she's made, and her opponent, GamingPlayer, all of his units, I believe, are 2 upkeep units, if I recall. Are bot spawners 1 or 2 upkeep? I forget.
I haven't used them in so long, I'd rather venture a guess at it. I'm sure Twitch chat can easily let us know. There's someone in there that probably knows that and can tell us right away. So there we go. We throw it out to you, Twitch chat. Are bot spawners 1 upkeep or 2? Who can tell us the answer first?
Yeah. It looks like Minxie is going to get a domination going on here. She has all 3 of GamingPlayer's Nears under her control. She has all her Nears, she has the middle.
So many places I could go with the fact of you going Minx getting her domination on. So many places I could go if this was not a PG stream.
This was not a PG stream, but it is.
Oh, Turk! Turk in the Twitch chat. Man, we've got almost the entire Mimo team here. We've now got Minx, Polar Bears, and Turk. If Nuclear shows up, that will be the entire Mimo. That is awesome.
Wow. That one. So it looks like Minxie, well, she's lost her upkeep advantage now, and her tanks seem to be scattered like all across the map right now, but she is making a Devastator right now. Her opponent, GamingPlayer, barely has any Fortress health anymore. It looks like he would have died from domination if he did not neutralize that outpost just in time. But the thing is, Devastator shots, when they fire at the fortress, cannot be blocked even by the opponent's AirMech, because they shoot so... Wait, well, oh, never mind, they can be blocked by the opponent's AirMech, like, half the time.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't even need that Devastator. She could have just kamikazed it herself, but...
That was I guess, a dramatic way to end the game.
There we go. Added flair for just you know, it's like a professional chef. You know, they just don't put the food on the plate. They got to make it look good too. You know, it's all about the presentation and the flair. And Minxie sure provided us with a little bit of an ending flair to that final win right there. So that is what now 3-win streak for Minxie. She's only got 2 more left before she's grand champion and has to step down and get back into the queue again.